Let's go to the next question. This is for number 8. Libby Neef says, I have some Christian friends who have gotten pregnant out of wedlock, and I feel like they expect you to react just the same as if they were married. What's the right response in this situation? Oh. Libby, my heart goes out to you, Libby, because I feel like people will come up to you and they will tell you I'm pregnant, and then they will stand in judgment over your facial expressions. And maybe this is partly they don't want to feel guilt over the things they've done. So here's been my response when people have done that to me, for what it's worth. Okay, this is not me quoting scripture to you, but when somebody comes to me and tells me, and this happened before, right? I'm pregnant and they're not married yet. If I sense in them a genuine awareness that this was a sinful thing that they did, I still don't want to devalue this beautiful baby and this wonderful life. And so my rule is babies are always a good thing. The baby part is a wonderful thing. Like you should have been married. Yeah. But the baby part, that's a wonderful thing. So I try to celebrate the baby because there's nothing wrong with the baby, right? And I'm not going to put a shadow over the life of this baby and the existence of this baby because of the sin that led to the child's conception, right? But the sin wasn't just the fornication, it was the context. There was no marriage. There was no lifelong commitment. I mean, and this is something that's very dominant in our culture. Even Christians will think that it doesn't matter if you get married or not. And I'm just like, Christians, like you're not Christian in this area of your life, that's for sure. And sexual immorality was a huge issue. You know what was bigger than political commitments to the New Testament church? Far bigger than political issues that we would face today and we would argue about today and divide over today. Sexual immorality. That was like a huge and massive and continual issue that wherever the gospel went, this issue of sexual immorality was meant to be ironclad in the heart of Christians. Let it not even be named among you. That being said, if someone comes to you and they're like, hey, I've got a baby, celebrate the baby. But this is probably a revelation to you if you didn't know they were sleeping with their boyfriend or boyfriend, I should say, already. Now you know. And now if they name the name of Christ, you should have a conversation with them. But I would try to separate it from the baby a little bit, right? Because you're not trying to cast a shadow on the baby. You want, though, to reach them and let them realize, like, here's what scripture says. Bring them Bible verses, man. Right? Let it not even be named among you. Abstain from sexual immorality. Do not defraud one another. This is the will of God for you, that you abstain from sexual immorality, right? These are important principles that need to be hammered in our churches, more so than so many of the other issues that we're talking about. Sexual immorality, pornography, all those types of compromises we need to wake up the conscience of our people on those issues. And me going and telling you, hey, I was sleeping around with my girlfriend and now she's pregnant, celebrate with me. Me doing that, hidden in that, can be an utter rejection of God's truth about sex and the beauty of it and the sacredness of it. And so, yeah, it's going to be awkward.